Assuming a mortgage isn't built on some type of gimmick, it's a built-in benefit on certain government-backed mortgages, as long as the new owners qualify. The process won't work for all would-be buyers because there are several hurdles that they need to clear before they can claim the keys, including a hefty down payment. For sellers, it can be advertised alongside marble. It can be advertised alongside marble countertops to attract more potential buyers. Last popular in the 1980s when the mortgage rates topped 18%. Many real estate professionals are unaware of are unaware that assumable mortgages are even possible. But as mortgage rates continue to rise, word is spreading. Realtor.com, a home listing website, recently started tagging assumable properties and making them searchable. And more companies, from small bootstrap operations to startups like Rome, are seizing the opportunity, compiling lists of maps of eligible properties and charging homeowners a fee to help navigate what can be a nerve-wracking assumption process. Commentary. Don't you have to be licensed as a real estate agent? And doesn't part of that license include education about how the business works? What is and what isn't possible? The fact that real estate agents don't know this is a sign that they don't really know what they're doing. And you get caught up and get you caught up into something that could cost you a lot of money rather than bringing you a benefit. Louisville City Council approves new housing plan. Some 74% of households would not be able to afford Louisville's median home sales price of $896,000 if they were to buy a home today, according to a new Louisville housing plan. A Louisville family would need to earn around $209,000 in 2023 to afford the $896,000 median home price in Louisville in 2023. But just a quarter of families earn more than $200,000 annually, the new housing plan found. Commentary. This isn't a housing plan that found this. This was a study. The plan that they're referring to has yet to be developed. But the study did reveal these things. The Louisville City Council, it just gives you an idea of how little they know about what they're doing. The Louisville City Council approved the housing plan on Tuesday. City officials worked with Echo Northeast, a public policy firm in Portland, Oregon, on the plan after receiving a $60,000 grant from the Department of Local Affairs in 2021. The plan is meant to serve as a guiding document to address housing availability and affordability in the city. Officials said Tuesday that the plan focuses on the city's goal of having 12% of the city's housing stock to be, quote, permanently affordable, unquote, as well as on future housing needs. Housing is considered, quote, affordable, end quote, if a family's cumulative housing cost is less than 30% of its gross income. The, quote, plan is just how we address housing affordability going forward, said Jeff Hurt, Louisville planning manager. Commentary. Two things. First, notice the undefined term permanently affordable. That's not an industry standard term. According to the plan, 88% of Louisville's residents will find housing stock unaffordable. That's with 12% permanently affordable housing. Earlier, the article mentions that 74% of the residents currently find the housing stock unaffordable, which means they will go from 74% of the people that find the housing stock unaffordable to 88% who find the housing stock unaffordable if they follow this plan. This is just an example of that folks in this town really don't know what they're doing, and that they're being manipulated by a real estate lobby in a way which is going to benefit the real estate lobby and not the citizens. Also, note that there's no mention of whether or not they have enough housing, how much they need to build, or that they just need to find cost controls. Yeah. All right. This next one's an opinion piece from Polis on the last housing on the last legislative session. Let's see what he's got to say here. Polis, we cut taxes, funded schools this session, but that's not all. The 2024 General Assembly ended on a high note for Democrats, achieving much of their agenda. The 2024 session of the General Assembly has just ended, and the elected lawmakers and I have kept our promise to Coloradans and delivered real cuts on the issues that matter most. Efforts to reduce the high cost of housing, making historic investments in convenient transit, saving Coloradans billions of dollars on their property taxes, reducing income tax rates, fully funding schools, making Colorado safer, reducing childhood poverty, and protecting our environment for future generations. The 2024 session of the General Assembly has just ended, and the elected lawmakers and I have kept our promises to Coloradans and delivered real results on the issues that matter most. Efforts to reduce the high cost of housing. Commentary. Notice use of the word efforts versus naming the actual legislation passed that will actually reduce the high cost of housing. We made an effort. It doesn't mention success or progress. Let's go. Making historic investments in convenient transit, saving Coloradans $1 billion on their property taxes. Commentary. The only people saving money on this are the ones that own property, making them wealthier, making them that own property, the wealthier portions of our community in the first place. Basically, it's a tax cut for the rich. Those who don't own property, like the renters, don't save money.
Can you keep a secret?
Fully funding schools, making Colorado safer, reducing childhood poverty, and protecting our environment for future generations. Together, we've laid the foundation for the future of our state, a stronger, safer, more affordable future where every person can thrive. It hasn't always been easy, but bringing people to the table. Commentary. Especially the rich ones who are very comfortable with cutting funding to our schools in order to fund their property, in order to fund your property tax cut for them. People who don't agree and finding innovative solutions to our most complex challenges. We got it done. It's all about refusing to back down on our promises and putting Coloradans first. Because at the end of the day, our accomplishments are Colorado's accomplishments. By working together in the true Colorado way, we took on big issues, and we got the job done to deliver real results on the issues that matter to most politicians, matter to most Coloradans. In my State of the State address this year, I called the legislature to act, and to act now, to address the high cost of housing, something that 95% of Coloradans across all political parties and all backgrounds and all parts of the state agree is top of mind. Commentary. Despite 95% of Coloradans being concerned about the high cost of housing, notice how he says that they acted to address it, but notice he didn't mention which pieces of legislation actually reduced the high cost of housing. But he did mention how he's been able to get a tax cut in for his rich buddies. Well, there you go. In case you miss it, this is a good place to put in the
Fun?
is it
You call
boring?
that fun? That was boring.
Skyrocketing home insurance rates, loss of coverage, Royal Colorado's strained housing market, wildfires, natural disasters, among factors driving up costs and insurers' trepidation. Coloradans looking to buy homes or simply hold on to their property face a barrage of challenges. A white hot real estate market, high interest rates, and soaring property taxes. You can add surging home insurance rates to the pile of problems rooting the landscape of affordable housing options. Commentary. Again, let's not confuse affordable housing options with investment vehicles. Coloradans looking to buy homes or simply hold on to their property face a barrage of challenges. A white hot real estate market, high interest rates, soaring property taxes, and you can add surging home insurance rate to the pile of problems eroding the landscape of affordable housing options. Commentary. Let's not confuse affordable housing options with investment vehicles. Colorado homeowners are reporting premium increases ranging from roughly 30% to more than 130% in just the past few years. People are getting bad news that their policies won't be renewed. Some insurance companies are deciding not to write new policies to cut their risks. And condo owners are getting hit with special assessments and higher dues because of premiums are skyrocketing for homeowners associations. Groups must often resort to non-standard carriers, which typically charge sky-high rates for lesser coverage. We truly have the hardest market that we've seen in a generation for property insurance, said Carol Walker, executive director of the trade organization Rocky Mountain Insurance Information Association. Colorado's not alone. Inflation, higher costs, and rising number of severity of natural disasters and wildfires are pushing up insurance costs. The average premium rate of increase nationwide in 2023 was 11.3%, according to S&P Global Market Intelligence. Colorado's recent disasters stand out. The state was one of three with the biggest cumulative change in rates in 2018 to 2023. Colorado logged a 57.9% jump just behind Texas at 59.9, and Arizona saw a 59.2% increase. Smaller homes on smaller lots. Could light touch density help erase Colorado's housing deficit? Duh. American Enterprise Institute claims state and Metro Denver could erase shortfall in under 3 years with looser land use rules. When William Rahil moved to Colorado from Indiana to work with the Salvation Army, he and his wife expected to purchase a home, put down roots, and eventually retire. They understood a home in Denver would cost them more than $186,000. They understood a home in Metro Denver would cost them more than the $186,000 spent buying a place outside Indianapolis in 2015, right before their move. They didn't appreciate how much more. We realized pretty quickly that we were going to be priced out, said Rahil, divisional property director for the Salvation Army in Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, and Montana. The couple considered stretching financially for a $400,000 mortgage, but decided against it, only to see prices soar further out of reach. They rent a home in Lakewood, where Zillow put the median or midpoint home price at $588,000. In 2020, they sold the Indiana home and acquired property outside of Phoenix in Maricopa County for $254,000. When the time comes to retire, it won't be in Colorado. Colorado's Front Range has become one of the most expensive places to live outside either coast. due largely to an imbalance between housing supply and demand. Up for Growth estimates that the state is short on more than $100,000. Up for Growth estimates the state is short on more than 100,000 homes and apartments, while Willow puts the shortage in Metro Denver at about 70,000. Commentary. 15 years ago, that 70,000 number was about 26,000. A couple of years ago, it was 56,000. Now it's up to 70. It's like it nearly doubles. It's like it doubles at nearly every 5 years. This is what we mean when we talk about the gap. The gap is the difference between housing that we have and the housing that we need. If we fill that gap with high-end McMansions, the kind of stuff nobody's going to be able to move into, we need to be building budget housing to fill the gap, because these are the people that need housing. Housing for people that make lots of money, that can afford market rate or luxury or that 80% AMI and above. Those people are already housed. Thank you for watching the Wright Report Week in Review with your host, Benjamin Wright. That's WRIGHT. Homeless News and Housing Policy the Right Way. Links to reference articles available in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get notifications and coming of in-depth analysis reports when they become available. Till then, we'll see you next week here at the Wright Report. That's WRIGHT. Homeless News and Housing Policy the Right Way.